morning. It's cold. Got my gloves on. It's cloudy. It rained on and off during the night. It rained this morning. It's supposed to be a high of 17 degrees today and mostly sunny. We'll see. That can't spot. Let's get back to the trail. Was definitely not as amazing as I had hoped it was going to be. I'm sure you could see that I set up right in front of the lift, and at 12:30 in the morning, an alarm started going off. It was like beep, 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 warning, beep, 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 warning, beep, beep, beep. And it did that for about half an hour. And I was laying there going, well, do I move my camp at 12:30 in the morning? Or do I wait and see if it's going to shut off? I thought, okay, I'll give it a little bit. Excuse me. And if it doesn't shut off, I'll get my earplugs out. And it shut off. So I went back to sleep. And then at 4:30 in the morning, it started up again. Except this time, instead of saying warning, it said fire. Obviously, it's all false alarms. Don't really know why. But I did the same thing again. I thought, well, let's see how long this one goes for. But because it was 4:30 in the morning, I was already a bit restless and waking up. So I went to get my earplugs out again and got up, got my earplugs out, and as soon as I put them in my ears, the alarm stopped. Excuse me. But anyway, overall, it was an okay sleep. I'm surprised at how cold it is this morning. So I'm going to get my butt moving to warm up. Well, this is the dividing line. Beaver Valley that way, Blue Mountain this way. Bye-bye, Beaver Valley. You may have given me stronger butt and calf muscles. Not that there's not a lot more climbs coming, but Beaver Valley, whoop my butt. Hallelujah, because I'm still about 3 days away from garbage. Thank you, Blue Mountain. Ooh, they paved it. Still reliving my old bad memories. And the day I hiked through here was my last good day. I did get picked up and I went into Collingwood for the night. At that time last year I had been a number of days hiking and really just wanted to have some comfort. So kind of part of me is like, oh, that would be nice right now. Just like go into Collingwood and have a shower and do sink laundry and buy things from stores. But I don't need that, and that's not part of the plan this time. But once I passed that area that I got picked up and went into Collingwood, which is not far up ahead, the next 20-ish kilometers for today, really bad memories. And it's bothering me so much. If you haven't already noticed, I'm really sensitive and affected by thoughts and memories, and also not being able to listen to podcasts and audiobooks right now is difficult because I'm just stuck in my head. And then I start thinking like, well, if I go into Collingwood, I can charge up my battery bank and then I can listen to things, but I don't want to spend that kind of money. I think it's about a $30 to $40 cab ride one way, plus the cost of the motel. It's not worth an almost $200 bill. Zoop. My plan going forward from here until can't remember the conservation or provincial park. It pops out near Primrose. Then there's a motel there. It's called the Shelburne Motel. The town of Shelburne is just down the road. So that's my next point of contact. Planning to get there. It should be 3 days. So today, Saturday, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. So I should be there on Monday night. And I do have my mom coming out to bring me my next resupply, since, again, the motel is close to trail, but the actual town of Shelburne, where I could go and get stuff for myself, is a number of kilometers down the road. And if it wasn't for the fact that I really need to charge my battery, I probably wouldn't be doing a lot of stopping and or moteling. Sure, it's nice to have a shower and stuff, but more than anything, I just need to charge up that battery bank, and it's a 20,000 milliamp, so it doesn't charge quickly. I think it takes like maybe 6 or 8 hours to fully charge from dead empty. Anyway, I don't know, why did I turn this camera on? Oh, just to say that I am mentally traumatized right now, today, for the next few days. It's going to be hard on me to go through it. And also because just not feeling 100% this morning, so sometimes I feel like this Bruce Trail trip is falling through my hands, and sometimes I feel like I'm not keeping my head above water. And then other days I feel super strong, like yesterday I felt great, but today my anxiety and nausea are making me feel like I'm not in control of it. I am certain that as the day goes on, I will feel different. Climb. Killed me last time. It's hard. Very, very long. The camera certainly doesn't pick up on how steep and how long it is. Coffee's the best. Well, I didn't bring the camera out very much today. And you want to know why? Because I was fucking frustrated, that's why. And here comes one of my rants. And this might not make sense to most people, but especially if you don't have type 1 diabetes. But point is, I wasn't feeling 100% this morning, and then once my appetite started picking up, my blood sugar was very erratic. It was quite persistently, stubbornly high, and I just kept taking my fast-acting insulin almost every hour on the hour, waiting for it to start coming down so that I could eat something. if you have type 1 diabetes and you already have higher than comfortable blood sugars, and for me that was I couldn't get it down between 13 and 15. It just kept staying there, and it should be down below 7 in the ideal world, which it never is. So I just kept taking insulin, waiting and waiting and waiting. If I was to eat something with blood sugars of that value, it's just going to make my blood sugars go even higher and make me even more miserable. So I didn't have much of a choice. Even when I wanted to eat, I couldn't eat. My blood sugars have just beat the shit out of me today, and I don't know why. I really don't. I'm taking my normal doses. I'm not even giving myself lowered doses for all the added activity. The hiking doesn't seem to be affecting it. I don't know. I'm not inside my body figuring out why, but I'm guessing persistent hiking and constant physical activity, my body is kind of adjusting to that, and now it needs more insulin, which makes no sense. Either that or my insulin is pooched. I don't know about that either. Really, I'm kind of at a loss. I actually sent a very long, probably annoying text message to my friend Katie, who has a bachelor in dietetics, and she is also a type 1 diabetic, and her private practice specializes in type 1 athletes. So I sent her a message just seeing if she had any input or knew what it was that I should do. Haven't heard back from her, but it's Saturday today. So the rest of the day I didn't really film much for a lot of reasons, mainly because I was just fucking pissed off. My blood sugar eventually did start coming down around 3 p.m. and it was right about the time I had to climb up a super monster hill. I did eat a little something, and as you can see, I am in my tent, and I'm kind of stuck in my tent. I found this spot kind of randomly. I was just hiking along, and I was getting swarmed, and I mean swarmed by mosquitoes. There were hundreds of them, and I looked off to my side, and I saw this, like, pine forest, which I've talked about being my favorite type of, like, ground to camp on, and I blasted through the bush. I put my long sleeve shirt on, and then I put my mosquito head net on. I dropped my pants down. I often keep them rolled up. I unrolled my pants and I just put this damn tent up as fast as I could. And there's mosquitoes that have been everywhere. I heated up this water in my on my stove, and I basically just like opened it, lit the stove, closed it, and waited. And then I opened it, grabbed the pot, brought it in, closed it, and even in those few moments, mosquitoes got in. They are fucking relentless. So here I am. I was trying to look at the maps to see if I could get to the next meeting point in 2 days, but it turns out it's about, if I was to do it in 2 days from here, it would be about 41, 42 kilometers per day, and I just don't think I have that in me, and that's why I just said, oh fuck it, I'm just setting up my tent right now. I think I did about 32 or 33 today, so it's not a bad day on literally no fuel. Body fuel, that is. Coffee's my best friend. Jesus fucking cripes. You're not going to be able to see me. That was difficult trying to get back to the trail. And fuck mosquitoes. I carry this head net on every trip, everywhere, and I've almost never used it. It has come in handy today. Yeah. So, let's see. I was awake half the night scratching because my entire body is covered in mosquito bites. I spilled almost all of my coffee this morning inside my tent. Sounds like I'm in a helicopter. Want some coffee. I had a bit of an epiphany this morning so far, as I am dwelling constantly on why I'm dealing with high blood sugars, and it occurred to me cardiovascular exercise brings the blood sugar down usually. But a lot of people who do like strength work, weights, that kind of stuff will often raise the blood sugar. And although, hey cute squirrel, although there's some times where I'm climbing up hills and it's definitely taxing my cardio system, I think the act of just walking all day long is more of a strength workout. And maybe that's what's causing me to require more insulin instead of what I thought should be less insulin. So the last night and this morning I upped my my basal insulin by like a unit, just a little bit. And although I had quite a few lows during the middle of the night, my blood sugar has been very stable so far this morning and has allowed me to eat things comfortably without risking uncomfortable high blood sugar. Maybe that's what it is. It only took me 21 days to figure it out, and 20 years of diabetes. You'd think I should know this stuff intrinsically. Never guess what I found. Something I forgot about. This magical garbage can in the forest. And as I mentioned yesterday, I am continuing to live through bad memories. And what I'm about to encounter is one of those bad memories. The switchbacks and climbs up the other side of Devil's Glen. I am certain they're not as bad because I'm not feeling like a bag of shit, but still not looking forward to it. This is wonky. This is so beautiful. And I am etch-a-sketching my bad memories away. I'm finally doing it. I'm trying the chocolate flavored one. It doesn't look pretty. It's not quite dissolving properly, but I love chocolate. Tastes like chocolate water. Doesn't taste salty. I think I can like this one. If I can get past how it looks in my bottle. I know there's a picnic table up here, and I am going to make some motherfucking coffee. Because I know I smell really bad. This is a new bench. I could smell it before I saw it. It smells so fresh. Rest in peace, James Knox. Thank you to whoever made this bench in his honor. Don't have much battery left, but that bench reminded me that I haven't talked about a random ass fact yet. And because I said I could smell the bench before I saw it, I wanted to share that I have something called sensory processing sensitivities. Not to be confused with sensory processing disorder. They are quite different. My issue is exactly as it sounds. Sensory sensitivities. I smell things, hear things, see things, feel things. I have extremely sensitive sensory things. And it's good in some situations, but it's actually very frustrating in others. Because the world, I find, is too loud. Very loud for my ears. And I'm always asking people, more specifically Ryan, he gets the brunt of it. I'm always asking him to be quiet or turn it down. My ears are constantly overwhelmed. Same with my sense of smell. I can smell just about anything from far away. I smell things other people don't smell. Good, bad, all of the above. And same goes for everything else. I have very sensitive eyes. I'm very sensitive to touch and fabric, things like that. So that's a weird one about me.
Well, I wasn't going to end today's video because I just didn't feel like it, but here I am in my bed. Quilt's up there. It is still too warm. Okay, let's try to make a long story short for once. I'm staying in the Shelburne Motel on Tuesday, and today I got the crazy idea that if I hiked about 40k today and 40k tomorrow, then I would be there tomorrow night. But today was really hot. It was into the 30s for sure. And the bugs were pretty much horrendous almost all day, depending on where I was. If I was somewhere out in the open where there was wind, it was okay, but in the trails, there were some nasty ass areas, and I spent a lot of the day hiking with my bug head net on, which is both hot and disturbing because it's kind of difficult to see out of. And I was just swatting my arms constantly. I have one long sleeve shirt, but I brought this, it's more like a hoodie. I brought it for warmth. So there's no way I could have worn that. And I feel like every swat down my arm, I would smush countless mosquitoes. It was It was horrible. I was almost running at points, and so I covered a lot of distance, and I wasn't really able to take breaks. And by the time I got to where I am right now, I had about 29K on... I don't like it when the screen goes dark. 29K on my watch. And I was really eager to try and get to a spot I had in mind, which is another 11K from here. And I thought, well, that would put me at approximately 40-ish to get to Shelburne tomorrow. But Monday and Tuesday, today's Sunday, so Monday and Tuesday they're calling for a pretty extreme heat event, which is crazy because it's the same temperature that it was the first week on trail up in the peninsula, so it's just going to be motherfucking hot. And now with the added benefit of these fucking bugs, okay, it's not a benefit. It really is making the day even harder. So anyway, if I pushed another 11K today, I probably would have not been in a good state tonight, as far as I'm not sure I would have been able to eat, just because the heat and nausea from hiking all day. So I sucked it up and I booked the motel for Tuesday night instead, so I'm still 2 days away from it. Tomorrow I have a 30, 32, and then I think maybe 20K into Shelburne, so that I get there a little bit early and have lots of time to shower, because I'm stanky as fuck. Then my mom's coming up that evening to bring me some supply, and hopefully she'll drive me into town, which is like 5-10 minutes down the road, to pick up a few extra things just because I want them, damn it. The Shelburne Motel is kind of like in the middle of nowhere, and then the actual town of Shelburne is another 5K down the road. So that's pretty much it. I feel like it was a shorter day. I had a lot more in me today, but the heat coming tomorrow and Tuesday, not good. If we weren't expecting this heat, I probably would have kept going and just sucked it up and kind of dealt with it tomorrow, but the heat's brutal. And I don't know if you can see, you probably can't. Or I don't know if you can hear them. They are all around. I just had to go out because I really had to pee and they swarmed me. I'm sure I've got lots of mosquito bites on my ass. Kudos to you dudes who don't have to pull your pants down and expose your whole ass to fucking mosquitoes. Even pooping this morning, like, you're like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, but you can't hurry the poop. Is that too much information? Who cares? This is dirty hiker talk. We all do it. You know it. Anyway, I'm going to try to amuse myself by staring at my tent ceiling because I got to stop using my phone. I only really have maybe one more charge left in my battery bank, and I have to be able to charge my phone tomorrow night. My phone is the Bruce Trail Map. It's also my glucose sensor, so I need the phone on and working all day long. Granted, those two things work in airplane mode, so that's why usually my phone's in airplane mode, but if I could turn it off, that would be even better. But I'm not using paper maps this time, and I need to check my blood sugar. That's enough for now. I gotta squish some more bugs that are inside the tent. You fucker. God, yuck.
That's a big ass flat spot. I'm gonna walk back to the stream to fill up on water. I'm all empty. I had a shit sleep. The ground wasn't level. It's lumpy. I'm really not that good at picking these stealth spots. Last time I came through here, I sat right there on the ground feeling like a bag of shit. Not today, son. The bugs are so bad, and it's so hot. It's only nice when you get up into these spots where it's kind of open, but when you're in the forest, man, it's like, I'm fucking running. It's too early for this. It's like 7:30 in the morning. Oh, it's gonna be a really hot day today. Hot plus running through the forest with this thing on, swatting bugs. Not really getting the chance to enjoy it, but fuck off. You too. Fuck off. Oh. I made it here. This is kind of where I was thinking of hiking to yesterday, and I was gonna camp like at the back behind the cemetery just for memory's sake. So hope the wind's not too bad, but this is where I met Ryan for the last time, and we spent the night in the van just in this parking lot. So that was a terrible night, and I was very ill. I'm gonna sit down, I'm going to eat some of my oatmeal and put on some sunscreen. It's a hard day. As long as you're in the forest, kind of level, it's not too bad, but as soon as you get out into the sun, holy fucking Satan's death out there. I think it's about 34, 35. The humidity's really high. I have roughly 10K to go to the spot that I want to camp at tonight, and I'm just kind of want to slog to make it there. The heat's really getting to me. It is the morning of day 23. If I look rough, it's because I am rough. I didn't end yesterday's video because I was in a real bad state. The heat really got to me yesterday. I think I was suffering from minor heat exhaustion. Battery's gonna die. Yeah, things are rough. I didn't show you where I camped because I did something wrong, and I camped on private property. I mean, you wouldn't know it, but I was desperate and I was about ready to collapse. Wasn't really able to eat anything. I drank quite a bit yesterday, but once I got to camp and the effects of the heat really got to me, I didn't drink anything last night. And I did make like plain noodles, had a couple bites, that's about it. Had some coffee this morning, but otherwise I have not eaten in a long time. And I'm feeling it, but I'm also pretty nauseous still. It is maybe 6:15 in the morning. Today's heat is supposed to be even hotter than yesterday. So I'm really trying to get ahead on it a little bit. I only have 20 kilometers to go, and I have a room reserved at the Shelburne Motel. Hopefully, I really hope that I can get over this bump and recover today. Tomorrow I think the heat is still going to be quite high, but it's questionable. And if it is as hot as it was yesterday and today, I might just force a shorter day, because clearly hiking in that heat is more detrimental than just hanging tight and sitting still somewhere. I don't know, am I old? Why does it affect me so much? It just does. Never used to. So I guess it is age. I really don't want, like, this is the first day where it feels like it's slipping through my fingers. Because if I don't get a hold on this and get on top of it, it's just going to spiral out of control. Yeah, I don't know. As well, I got one more almost full charge out of my battery last night on my phone, but it's dead. Didn't get a full charge. So this stretch has been 6 days, 5 nights. So that's probably the max that I can push that battery. So I charge my phone once a day, and I charged my watch twice. I mean, that's a lot. 20,000 milliamp battery is pretty beefy, but it means that I can't have my phone on much during the day. I'm bored. When I get to camp, I can't do much with my phone when I'm just sitting around trying to relax. Something I find super interesting, and depending on who you are, you may or may not, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So, as I've been hiking along the last 3 weeks, I've been keeping a tally, I don't know, on this trip versus last trip and where I am in regards to where I was last time. And where I camped last night was where I stopped that day that I was in real rough shape. And Ryan said, just get to the road and call a cab. That's where I was set up. So I set my tent up, I took it all down, walked out to the road and called a cab. And I went into Orangeville for 2 nights, trying to recover from malnutrition. Obviously didn't know it at the time. So after 2 nights in Orangeville, the cab brought me back exactly where I started this morning, and I walked here. So last year, this would have been day 23. It's day 23. And not only that, but it's the same day of the week, because Ryan dropped me off on Monday last year, and he dropped me off on Monday this year. So it's a bit creepy to me, just because I wasn't feeling well when I did this hike last year. The difference is, the day that I got dropped off on day 23, I hiked all the way to the end of the Dufferin section, which was I think 36 or 37 kilometers that day. Today I'm only doing 20 into Shelburne. I just thought it was really weird and actually a little traumatizing, bothersome, that it feels like deja vu. In slightly better news, my epiphany about my insulin and needing my background insulin to be upped because hiking is more akin to strength training than it is cardio has worked. I've had wonderful blood sugars. They've been much easier to manage. Haven't been stubbornly high. It's just been great. So I'm glad I kind of came to that conclusion. It just seems so ass backwards to me to need more insulin when doing any kind of physical exercise, but hey, I'm not a doctor. The body works in really weird ways. And I also have to keep my insulin constantly in this little Frio case. It is activated by soaking it in waters. I don't know how it works. It's magic, I guess. Little beads that expand. It doesn't keep it like refrigerator cool, but if you stick your finger in it in the middle of the heat of the day, it is noticeably cool, or should I just say not boiling hot. I'm hoping that's enough, because even in heat like yesterday and today, it's still, I don't know if that Frio case will keep up. Back at the parking lot, before I entered into this section on Mulm or something or other, there's a gentleman building a fence around a new enlarged parking lot. His name is Carl, and I chatted with him for a little bit, and I'm not quite sure what he is. I think he's kind of like an all of the above. He might even be a trail captain, I'm not sure. But he was super kind, and he gave me his phone number, his home phone number, and told me to call him or his wife if I need anything along the way. They don't live far from here. And I just felt so grateful that this stranger is like, yeah, I'll help you out. And we talked also a little bit about camping, because of course the first question is, he's like, where did you camp last night? And I said, oh, in the Kilgore area. And I said, I know camping, stealth camping's not permitted. And he just said, oh, I understand. I don't care about it. We know. And I of course, I reiterated, like, if I have more time than just setting up my tent and going to sleep, then I'm doing it wrong. I said, I leave no trace, and I come and go. You never know I'm there. But it's just nice to know that even people that maintain the trail, run the trail, they kind of know. And a lot of them are okay with it. Just follow the leave no trace principles. That's kind of the most important thing. Hello, you again. You were covered in leaves last time because it was fall. the ball sack tree. It's amazing the things you remember and the things you don't. I've stayed in quite a few motels in my last 2 Bruce Trail attempts, and this one takes the cake for being the most sleazy. Let's have a look. It looks simple enough. I don't know if you can see that, but there's tripping hazards on the floor. We have a coffee maker, but no coffee. I'm not sitting on that, just my stuff. And in the bathroom, we have a fully functional bathroom, but no soap. And what I typically do, oh, these lights are bright. What I typically do is wash my clothes in the shower with me, or maybe I wash them in the sink. I only have a small amount of camp suds, which I occasionally use to wash my face or, you know, my hands, maybe my feet on the trail. I don't use it very much. Yeah, my parents are coming here very soon, probably in the next couple hours, bringing me another bag of resupply, and they're going to take me into town so I can pick up a few things like, I don't know, fresh fruits and vegetables that I can eat just tonight. And I think I'm gonna have to grab some soap or something, because this stuff needs to get washed bad. I would love to be able to wash all my sleeping clothes too, but I don't think those are going to dry in time. Plus, what am I going to sleep in? I don't want to sleep in a sleazy motel naked. I'm not a naked sleeper to begin with, so that won't go over well. So I'm not really sure. I guess I'll just maybe leave my sleeping clothes